3 guaranteed signs that a prison war between gangs is about to break out any second. Of course, these are not the only 3, but these are the best 3. So, starting with number 1. If you take a look around the prison cell block, you will see all the likely members and participants who are going to take place in this upcoming prison war. They all have on their prison battle armor. So what exactly is that? Well, start from the ground up. The shoes. Now you may notice most guys who, on a normal day, they may have their shower shoes, their Crocs, their flip-flops with socks because they're just kind of lounging around, maybe going down to this cell real quick and then back. No big deal. I don't need to have my shoes on just in case anything crazy happens, which is a normal day. Suddenly, everybody in this particular gang or this group or, this gang of guys, everybody has either their tennis shoes or their state-issued prison boots on, and they are tied up tight and to the very top. Just kind of working your way up from those shoes, they're going to have every available article of clothing on that they can. They'll probably have some thermal leggings. You're able to get these thermal bottoms and a thermal top, long sleeve and stuff to keep you warm. They'll probably have these leggings, their tube socks. They're going to have their prison jumpsuit pants on. Now, with the torso, I know you've probably seen in the movies, maybe some guys, if something's about to go down, they'll get like some real thick phone books and stuff like that and kind of tape them to their chest and their torso so it, it'll kind of absorb the prison shanks. Can't say I've seen that. I don't think anyone really has access to just personal phone books or anything in prison from what I've ever seen, but they may do stuff like that. Very rarely I may see some guys take the stuffing. If they think it's going to be really serious, they'll take the stuffing out of their mattress maybe and kind of swirl it around their torso and their upper body and kind of tie it. Possibly, but usually guys are just kind of, maybe put on 1 or 2 t-shirts and maybe a long sleeve thermal over that and wear their prison jumpsuit shirt and their jacket. You're always going to see them wear that jacket. Now, some prisons like this is where I was at. They even have hoods with these jackets. Sometime around 2018 when there was a crazy riot that happened at Lee County in South Carolina, and it was even reported that dead bodies were stacked on top of each other just from how many casualties there were. They changed a lot of things, including the color of the jumpsuits. That's why in some of my videos you see I'm wearing tan jumpsuits like this guy, and then in other videos you see I'm wearing orange because that was part of the changes they made, just so number 1, people were more visible at night, and number 2, they started handing out different types of jackets that didn't have hoods because guys were throwing these hoods on and it was making them unrecognizable. But put that on hold because we're getting to that part. But the jacket, they just want as many layers of protection as they can get on their torso just to kind of soften that blow from these prison knives, because these are not professionally made prison knives. Some are very, very, very good. Some aren't the best. They may go through all that layer of clothing 1 or 2 times, and after that the tip has dulled so much that it's not really going to go in you anymore. And that's what these guys want. They know that. Not everyone is a master craftsman and blacksmith from making shanks out of random pieces of metal in prison. Okay, so they'll have that. Also, they like to take their towel and they'll kind of twist it up real good until it's real nice and tight and thick, and they'll wrap it and tie it kind of like a scarf around their neck, which is really gonna protect your neck and help absorb any blows from a knife that comes at your neck. Other than that, they're gonna have that hood up, they're gonna have a beanie on. A lot of these guys are probably gonna take another towel or a bed sheet or an extra t-shirt laying around and tie it around their face. This is so, pretty much everyone does this. So if everyone does this, everyone has the same jumpsuit, the same jacket, the same color hat, the same, everyone looks identical. So they'll usually do that in these jail cells or prison cell blocks that have security cameras. Because when the jail staff goes back and looks at these security cameras, they're not really going to be able to tell who did what. Everyone kind of blends in, they're not extremely high definition anyway. So everyone's got the same outfit on. Everyone more or less looks the same, and everyone has their face covered. You can't really say it was this guy or that guy who killed this guy or that guy. So that's pretty much from head to toe the battle armor you'll see these guys wearing, and everyone will be suited up and ready to go. And if you see that, that's pretty much a guaranteed sign. I mean, they're not just dressed up like that for fashion. It's about to happen. It's about to go down. Sign number 2. All of these participants, potential candidates for this prison riot, this gang war, you're going to notice maybe you're just kind of walking around doing your laps, or you're just going to the bathroom. You happen to peek and look in somebody's, through the window of their door into their cell real quick, no big deal. And you notice all their stuff is packed up. They have all their stuff packed up in these nice, neat piles in these bags. Maybe they have their bed sheet and all their possessions are put in the middle of it, and they've tied it up like a little knapsack, like the old-timey hobos when you were running away from home and you just put all your stuff in your little handkerchief and tie it to a stick. These guys will pack all their stuff up and have it nice and neat and organized on top of their mattress on their bunk, ready to go to solitary confinement. And I'll tell you why. It's because although it's not very often, some guys do get caught when these wars and these riots happen. And even though there's probably 20, 15 people going at it, some guys just happen to be the unlucky one who gets caught. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of them get caught. Stuff happens. Even though they take measures to make sure they're kind of unrecognizable and you can't really single me out. Hey, even genius serial killers, they'll kill 49 people, get away with it, and on the 50th one, just the way it goes, and they make a little mistake, they get caught. And these guys know that. And so in the instance that they may go to solitary confinement for their participation and for their role in this big gang war riot, they'll have all their stuff packed up. They don't want to have to worry about, because what happens is, they'll get put in handcuffs and escorted immediately to solitary confinement. And it's up to the officers to kind of go to that cell, which they're usually going to share with 1 or 2 other inmates, and kind of just pack all their stuff up, figure out what's theirs. These guys don't want to have to worry about maybe these officers didn't get something that's mine. Maybe there's a TV in there that's mine, and maybe the other inmate doesn't even say anything and doesn't tell them that's mine. Maybe they do some snaky stuff, some shisty stuff, and try to keep a few valuable things. Guys will do it. Maybe they don't pack up all my canteen on purpose. They want to make sure I don't really have a lot of food or have all the food that I'm supposed to get. They don't want to have to worry and stress about maybe you don't grab something that's mine and that I want and that I need. So they go ahead and do the job for them. They will pack up all their belongings, put it all right there on their bunk so there's no confusion. This is all my stuff. If you take me to solitary, here's my possessions, get it, and put it in, wherever they put inmates' possessions until they come out of solitary confinement and give them back to them. Now, maybe you're saying, wait a minute, jumpsuit, if another inmate is going to want to take that possession and keep it for themselves, what does it matter if it's already packed up nice and neat or not? How is that going to stop this inmate from taking it after that other inmate's already been taken to solitary? Well, it's kind of that touchy subject. It's the art of finesse, of kind of getting away with it, because of course this inmate is going to realize something's missing. Who could have taken it? First person I'm going to look at is the roommate. And that's just how it goes. Everybody knows that. It's understood. Kind of the art of it here is if that guy didn't pack all his stuff up nice and neat and have it all organized, and it's kind of just, your lamps hanging up here in this general area of the cell, or your TV's attached to this, general area of the cell where we can all enjoy it, but it's not necessarily like, clearly this is this inmate's TV because it's right here on his bunk, whatever. An officer can come in and the argument can be made, whether it's true or not, by that other inmate who's maybe not being so honest. The officer maybe get out of the cell while he kind of did his thing to get all the possessions. He cleared it out. I wasn't able to be in there, and he just decided what was what. And I guess, when he saw the TV, he didn't really know that was yours, and he left it. And so since he left it, it's here. I'm just gonna watch it. But, if they have it all packed up nice and neat, this is in my sheet, this is in my bag, this is with my stuff on my bunk, there's no mistaking, no misunderstanding, this is mine, and it still comes up missing, well, then you have no kind of argument or, these were the circumstances to hide behind. And so 100% you did it, you're in the wrong, and I'm just going to go ahead and let my gang members who are still in that cell block with you know, and something bad is going to happen to you. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it goes. Number 3, a deafening silence of the cell block just overcomes the entire building. Okay, I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. It's not your average silence where it's just a slow day, everyone's kind of chilling, a lot of people are taking naps, it's kind of quiet. No, this is dead silence. This is the kind of silence where if you're minding your business with a couple guys, you guys are joking, you guys are cracking up, blah, 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 playing cards. You're like, what? Wait a minute. You guys hear that? You hear? Man, it's quiet out there. What's going on, man? Check the window. See what's going on out there. Guys will check. I'm like, I don't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, man. People kind of moving kind of funny, man. I see some guys grouped up. There's some guys kind of just staring at each other from across the cell block. I don't know. You can just feel the tension. You can cut it with a knife. No pun intended. That silence, man, it only really comes about, and you know it when it's there. It only really comes when something serious is about to happen. Okay, so it's kind of short and sweet, but yeah, that's silence. That's number 3. And since that was so short and sweet, I'll go ahead and throw you in a bonus. Number 4. Guys who are about to take place in this, who maybe you owe some money to, are going to approach you and let you know what to do with this debt that you owe them. Okay, it's kind of like, if something happens to them and they go, and then someone comes to you like 2 days later and is like, hey, remember you owed some money to so and so? Well, I just talked to him. He said give that to me. And some guys are like, well, okay, and some guys are like, no, I'm not giving that to nobody but him. You know what I mean? He didn't tell me nothing about that, so I don't know what you're trying to pull. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. No. And maybe the other guy doesn't like that. Who knows? Maybe the guy really did tell him to do that. But I mean, there's not enough communication here. I don't know. You might be trying to just, pull a little fast one on me, so it causes problems, it causes issues. So guys kind of learned to, if you're anticipating that something may happen that may cause you to be removed from the dorm, like I'm going to take place in this prison riot, this gang war, and I might go to solitary, I'm going to go ahead and take care of all my business. I'm going to tie up all my loose ends. Hey, buddy, you know that $70 you owe me? Well, listen, go ahead and send 20 of it here to this person, and then the other 50 go ahead and just on this commissary day, big Joey McGee over here, me and him have something going on, so I'm just gonna settle what me and him have going on by you paying him $50 worth of snacks, whatever he wants. He'll make you a list. Okay, so let's just do it like that, and blah 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 blah. Guys are gonna come to you and just kind of square up and let you know what to do in case they're gone. And so it's only to be assumed, well, why would you be gone soon? Something's probably about to happen. They're probably about to do something, that's going to get them in trouble. So that's also a good indicator too, because they're pretty much just telling you right from their mouth, hey, something might happen. I might be out of here. I'm about to probably mess somebody up pretty good. So if that does happen, that money you owe me, do this with it. If not, we'll just do what we already talked about and agreed on. Make sense? So there's you a couple ways to know that a gang, riot, war, whatever is 99% sure to be popping off here any moment, any second. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it gave you some information, education, insight, or if nothing else, some entertainment. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be back soon with another video.